TikTok is rolling out its Snapchat-style stories to more users. TikTok is getting closer to its ultimate social media destiny. Snapchat style. So it's what? You got stories, you got longer form video in landscape. Everybody wants to do everything for you. If you this feature, I guess, is slowly rolling out. Maybe you have it, maybe you don't. If you do have it, you'll be greeted with a new banner when you launch the app, encouraging you to create a story. Adding a video or photo to a story works extremely similarly to taking a photo or video for TikTok's standard feature. With the same editing tools, effects, filters, and sounds, unlike a regular TikTok video, though, stories won't show up directly on your profile or feed, and they disappear after 24 hours. Seems to be the component people like. You like the disappearing.
Yeah, I need my things to disappear.
Yeah, I know. It's common. Mo, you like the disappearing. Will, you like the disappearing. See, I don't really use social media, so I
was
can't.
kidding, by the way. I thought you were setting up a joke there about, like, not wanting...
Well, no, because I would assume...
Well, it's in a server somewhere.
Well, no. Wait a sec. I was being real that if you go and use Instagram, are you more likely to use the
Stories, for sure.
or
yeah.
the post?
And is it
feature?
because the 24-hour expiry?
Of course.
Yeah. And I think it's less... yeah, and also, like, there's nerves associated with, like, posting something online. And or posting something in a big group chat where there's a lot of people. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I get nervous if I say something in a group chat. I'm like, is anyone going to respond? Is that going to sit there for like hours? Is this going to be ignored? And it's the same with like a post on social media that stays there. It's just like, how many likes is it going to get? Is somebody going to... Like, I remember actually consciously planning out my posts for times that I thought people would be more likely to engage with it. Like on a Friday night when maybe they have a few drinks in them and they're a little more likely to, like, you know, they're a little happier and maybe they're like, oh, you know what? I'll like this post and maybe I'll take the time to watch it because I'm, you know, it's a Friday night and I'm on social media. I don't know, but these are things that went through my mind. So I don't know how we got here.
Jack, tell us more about how you approach things in life.
Okay. How much time you got?
Yeah, it's no. These are when it comes to friction on social media. These are all things that these engineers think about. It's like, wait, we make this change, and it's ever so slight, but all of a sudden now you feel compelled to produce something because you're like, okay, these functions and rules work well for me. Whereas the other one was intimidating for this factor, or I didn't like this aspect of it, or whatever it is, and.
There's way more posts on Instagram in general from people that I know. Like, it has gone down dramatically. Like, if I was to scroll through my Instagram, like, I'm seeing 4 or 5 new posts before it's old stuff, and you know, this is hours in between. Like, people just aren't posting like that anymore.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to finesse it. It's the reason that they experimented with getting rid of likes completely. Yeah, so that you don't have to feel embarrassed if you're not posting Friday night when people have drinks in them.
Right. Listen, it was a whole algorithm I had.
Time to post.
It's 8 p.m., baby, prime time.
They're captive. Yeah. No, I mean, people do crazy. We appreciate the transparency. People do crazy things.
Listen, I just...
people do crazy things, man.
Because the stuff I used to post was kind of like creative stuff that, like, I'm kind of putting things out there a bit. It wasn't just a picture of a sandwich.
You want to be appreciated.
Yeah.
I get it.
Or just, I wanted the likelihood of it being seen.
Are you saying you don't want to be appreciated?
Highest.
Are you saying you don't want to be appreciated?
No, I'm just saying.
Or the work. The work needs to be appreciated.
I just want to
You say you want to be appreciated or not appreciated?
I just want the highest likelihood of it being seen. I'm not going to put it up at 4 a.m. on a Sunday night.
I know, but you don't want people to see it that hate it. You want them to appreciate it.
Well, that goes for everything.
It's not just seeing it. You want to be appreciated. You're searching, you're hunting for a little appreciation.
I guess that's where the beers come in. That they're more likely to maybe enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's a heart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a skull.
Right.
Imagine it was a skull. Well, that's why in the dislike button keeps getting diminished.
That's you.
Well, I always use the skull just because I love the skull. It's no one knows what it means or whatever, but I've never disliked anything. I'm not out here disliking things, but I'm also not liking them. So people could perceive that in a certain way. But I understand what you're saying in relationship to this idea of expectations around social media. And like I post something and then is that, what are the expectations around responses and
Yeah.
timeliness? Because I suck with it. I suck with it to the extent where I know other people feel a certain way about it. If I don't like reply to something, or if I don't, if it's not a timely manner,
Yeah.
it's a thing that I also struggle. If I got 17 messages, I'm like, I'll get to them later. I don't get to them later, often. And people need to learn that in that case. I'm putting a PSA out there. It's not intentional. It's not like a...
I think we knew that around here.
Any type of shot. No, to put it out
From
to
day one.
anybody who's watching.
Right. Yeah.
Who tries to get in touch with me. But it goes to show you there's like this lack of context around expectations. Like mine are different than yours and everybody else. And it's never discussed. What are the rules?
It's funny when in our group chat, someone's like, hey, Lou, I'm thinking of working on this from home today. Is that cool? Do you need me in the office? Just like crickets all day long. like no response. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll do this then.
Well, in that case, I think no response is agreement.
Yeah.
And everyone understands that. And if I was to respond to that, it would only be to say, no, you can't do that because we got to do X, Y, Z.
Right.
That would be the I'm not going to disagree with what most people want to do.
Yeah.
Unless there's some reason. So but I hear you.
Yeah.
But people around here have adapted
Yeah.
to the situation. I appreciate the adaptation.
Well, when I ask you questions in the chat, I just stare at my phone and wait for.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Don't even. That's a bad. But group chats are a whole different thing because anyone can
Chime in.
can chime in, and then they could be responding to something that's like 3 or 4 messages back, and then like my participation goes way down in a group chat, way down,
Yeah, same. The more people, the less I am likely to respond.
way down. I'm like the hockey group chat. Like I'm like, it never really goes beyond whether I'm going or not.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go. Meanwhile, there's whole novels in there. I'm
Yeah.
scrolling. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
Well, it's nerve-wracking because you see some people throw things out there and nobody takes the bait and it just sits there all day long.
Just rotting.
It's just rotting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, you know what we learn here? It's better to just get together in real life anyway.
Yeah,
because then there's nothing is rotting. Everything's thriving.
yeah.
All types of opportunities, better understanding, connections, things
Yeah.
like this. So
There's no rotting.
no rotting.